Hi everybody, it's Pit of the Potter again in Maggie Valley, and we're working on this large 6-pound vessel here, covered jar, and I've got this thing pretty much dried on the bottom and set up for the top, and I'm going to give you another little insider trick, or let you know what's going on. Here's my pins from my pin trick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come inside this pot right here, and I'm going to go back down about halfway, and I'm putting the pin into this piece, and I can see now it just broke the surface right here, so that's no good. So I'll come down a little bit, push in the pin, and see that I'm right there within the right, almost the right, exact right perimeter for the pin. So I'll put it in there, and then I'll take another pin right here. Here's another pin, and I'm going to come way down to the very bottom of the pot, just about down to the floor, way down there. And I'm going to push in a pin, and then I've got one more pin that I'm going to come with, and these two pins are about 5 inches apart, so I'm going to go in between the middle of the two pins. And of course you can't really see them, but they're there inside the piece. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start to we're now going to finish this piece by trimming the bottom of it. And I've got the pins in there now. I just hit the first pin, so I know that that's pretty close to being done. So I'm working my way up and down the piece here to thin it out, clean it up, and also get the weight out of the very bottom of the piece. So you can't trim them this thin when they're up on the wheel, because basically what happens is you get too thin, and then the small amount of clay that's left there, I just hit a pin there, and I'm working my way down to the bottom here. Still no pin down here, so working my way up. You'll hear the pin on the way down. Click, click, there it is. So we're trimming this down to a smaller foot, hoping to hit the next pin on the way down here. We're getting pretty skinny on the bottom. And as you can see, what we're doing is we're getting the weight out of this piece, you know. Not that it wasn't thrown nicely. There's the middle pin, I just hit it. Coming down to the very bottom now. Looking for that last pin. Shooting at a little different angle than I usually shoot. So we're up here, trimming this pot down. There's one pin there. There's another pin there. We're looking for that very, 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 very bottom pin. There's one. Alrighty, well, we're still gonna keep coming down a little bit more on this. There it is, I just hit it. Okay, now I've hit all these pins, so I know the weight is just perfect at the bottom. Come up here and trim a little of this away, just to give it that final nice finish. Pin one. Pin at the bottom. Okay, so now what we do is we're coming back in here with our regular trimming tools, because we've got it nice and thin. And I'm basically just going to use my kitchen knife here. And we're going to come down here and just finish the final smooth. I'm going to come down here to where I consider the platform right here, and I cut that groove in the pot. Right there, we're cutting that little groove in there. Make this look like the pedestal holding the pot up. We're going to undercut this like we usually do on our pots. Then we're going to come with a thumbnail here at the very bottom and wallow out this little tiny bit of the bottom, and then come back in with a gesture to what I call the glaze catcher. And basically now we've got the finished form of the pot. And what we do now is we're going to extradite the pins out of the pot. So we're going to reach back in here. I got one. Here's the one pin right here. One. Just reach down in there. Two. Here's the second pin right there. And then all the way almost to the very bottom here. We're going to reach all the way down here. And we've got our third pin right here. 3 pins. So what we need to do now is just clean up the bottom a little bit like we usually do on all our pots. Okay, reach up underneath here and give it the final deal there. And now what we have to do is we're now going to work on finishing this this lid here, which I guess we're going to end up doing tomorrow. But it will look like a continuation of the tape. So that was the trimming with the pin tape tip. Pot's nice and light now. Okay, and I guess you can come down here real close and see the detail of this pot. A little groove right here that makes it look like it's sitting on this pedestal right here, and then of course the undercut there and a couple of lines, and that's it. Top of the pot, a picture of me behind the pot. Anyway, we're going to get off here real quick, and we'll finish this pot by doing the we're going to do the top and trim the top, and then add a handle on the top, and maybe I'll put a handle on the side. I'm not sure yet. At any rate, we'll see you on the next one. This is Pit of the Potter in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. Bye-bye.